Hi gardening friends, and thank you for tuning in for part 3 of our spring garden tour. Gonna get one more look at all these beautiful tulips. The sun has gone in a little bit, so that really brings out the color. I thought there were more purple ones in this batch here, but looks like there's more pink and hot pink, which is fine, like a coral color. Very pretty. I do plan on moving all of these though, because like I said, this is our potager garden. Isn't that pretty? We're going to be filling this up with dirt and probably planting some kind of vine, vegetable, cucumber, green beans. And I'll be getting, like I said, a trellis, TP trellis for the center. And that will be like a centerpiece. Like I said, here's Edgar Allan. He's always showing up for our tours. Very pretty cream color tulips. Bright yellow. I have planted, hopefully it's not too early, but I did plant green beans on both sides of this arbor here. Alright. There is Chip, Addington, and little baby enjoying the beautiful day we're having. Okay, I think we've already went through all of this. So we'll start back here in our shade garden. The burgundy leaf plant here is the astilbe. Someone's getting on my nerves right now. Alright, that is the astilbe plant. I think this one is the pink one, pinkish burgundy, and I've got a white one in the back. Got columbine, which is a kind of tall spring flower that gets a purple bloom on it. I'm sure most of you either have it or know someone who does. I'm not real sure what this is. Variegated Solomon seal. It is getting tall and it's got its little flowers on it. Very pretty leaf. Part sun for this guy, I guess it would do okay in full sun, but it's more of a shadier perennial. It'll fill in more. See, there's still shoots coming up. But yeah, we'll have a big area of that. Again, I thought the dogs got dug up all my hostas, but there's still a few coming back. He is not camera shy at all. Solomon seal, it is a spreader. So, it, spreader, I mean a runner. So, it'll travel. So, if you plant it somewhere you don't want it taken over or mingling in with, just beware of that. Like I said, that doesn't bother me because I'll just dig it up and move it into other areas of the garden. Yeah. He's mad because I'm not giving him attention. The Larope that was behind the house, going down the sidewalk, put it back here. It'll get a purple flower on it. Like I was saying just a second ago, I moved some of the Solomon seal back here, so it'll fill in that bare spot. Here's another astilbe. I don't know if it's pink or white. I think it's pink. In here I've dug up the primrose that was in the flower bed that is our future potager garden that we're working on. I've dug that up and put it through here, so we should have a wave of primrose pretty soon. And then if you remember the loosestrife gooseneck that's up in the other garden, we've dug some of that up because it was getting invasive, and we've put it in this curve of the landscape here. We moved all the roses that were in the future potager garden. I think this one is a big pink one. Those leaves aren't looking too good, but it should be okay. This is the climbing white rose, I believe. And I'm hoping I get it to grow up the pergola here. Barberry bush, a green one. These have all been moved this spring. About 2 weeks ago, maybe. Nandina, which was also in the potager garden. Some more roses. This one is the red drift rose, like a burgundy color. I forget what color this one is. Another spirea. I love the burgundy leaves on it with the green. Spirea. It's not the same ones that are up front. Those are all green leaved. I forget the variety of this one. Okay, this is the pink feather or pink something ornamental grass there. Gets those fluffy pink flowers on it. I've not seen them yet because it's a newer plant, but hopefully this year or next year they will bloom out for us. There's our obedient plant. I think that's another piece of it. Lily. He's so sweet. He's being a good boy now. peony. I think this is the yellow one, possibly. I can't remember what color it is, but this is the peony. And as you can see, it's got blooms, or buds on it, rather. I do love peonies. They're one of my favorites. My grandma has them. Very gorgeous blooms. I think this might be a coneflower. Purple coneflower, or it might be the red one. We got more coneflower coming up here. I know it's nothing exciting right now because it's the beginning of April, but just thought we would do a little tour to see how the garden progresses through the season. Here's another lily. Another pink pampas grass, I believe is the name of it. Here is the blue Siberian irises that I got from a neighbor. I've got some here, and then I've got some in another garden bed over there. I have, what is it called, Joe Pie weed there, which has been cut down. The old stalks have been cut down. Let's see, what else do I have in here? I have a salvia. And I've decided all this plastic that I've put down, I'm going to pull all that up because I want my perennials and everything to seed off and kind of fill in and take over. This is the Spiderwort. It blooms early in the day, in the morning, vivid blue flowers, and then as the day goes on, the flowers close up. It's a morning bloomer. Some more ornamental grasses. Here is the butterfly bush, and I thought was dead. But if you look down here, it's got some green on it. So I think I'll keep it and see what it does. More grass. Salvia. Firebush. Burning bush. Shrub. Another piece of the blue Siberian iris. And right here is the white astilbe, which I might move. I'm thinking about moving it. As you all can see, we've got these big maple trees here. 4 of them. Which kind of makes it hard to grow a lot of perennials back here that need full sun. That's why it's kind of bare right now. But we're working on it. Over here is another hosta bed. It's very hard to kill a hosta. They are very They're very hardy, they're very tough. And basically this is mostly tree roots over here from this big guy. So I pretty much just dug them up and laid them over here. I mean, they're not planted in the ground. So just FYI, you can put hostas around your trees with big roots and stuff because they don't need to be planted deeply. They will survive. There's more coming up here. Also, excuse all the leaves. I've got to clean this side of the yard up a little more. This is another burning bush. It'll be red in the fall. Little Devil, 9-bark, I think. It's either a 9-bark or Wine and Roses. Woodgilia. We've got a Forever and Ever rose here. Like I said, this area needs some work. There's Miss Raven. Lilies. I think those might be the tiger lilies. All of these, they look like grass, but they are the Siberian iris. Deep purplish blue flower. Here we have another Woodgilia, Wine and Roses. Unfortunately, I'm thinking about moving these two because it is so shady over here. I think they would do better in full sun. But I like the idea of the burgundy foliage in front of the white fence. Oh well. This is Bluebeard. I forget the botanical name for this shrub, but it gets those pretty fuzzy blue flowers on it in the fall. You can check that out in a older video last fall. Autumn Joy Sedum. I've really got to clean this area up. There is a hardy hibiscus in here, a pink one. This is just a tall rose. I think it's like a burgundy color. Lilies. She sees something. Over here we've moved our Rose of Sharon. And that's just a second year's growth. Last year it was probably a foot tall, and now it's just about 3. Or I'd say it is 3 feet. So if you want a fast-growing shrub, I recommend the Rose of Sharon. It'll give you those pretty pink, purple blooms in the summer. Then we end back around to this garden, which I showed you in the first video. I planted some seeds in here, and I put a few wildflower seeds in here too. So I put them here, so we shall see how they do. Alright guys, there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys, and then we'll end part 3. Alright, I wanted to show you guys how our seedlings that we started indoors for this season are coming along. We've got 36 hollyhocks. We got more in there than that, but I've got to go through and weed out the smaller ones. Thinning is what they call it. This is like a field flower, lacy phacelia. It attracts the bees. It's got a purple bloom on it. I think in another video of our 2020 seed haul, you could see a picture of what that looks like. So that's what we got in that one. And the hollyhocks are a mix. They're pink, white, yellow, red. And of course, I will grow this every year. It's the Mexican sunflower. Gets tall and orange. It's what we are going to put in the middle of the Russian sage circle that I was talking about. It attracts bees, butterflies, birds, hummingbirds. I've seen everything on those. So I highly recommend Mexican sunflower. The botanical name, I do know that, is Tithonia, or Tithonia. So if you go to your garden center or hardware store, look for it. Cucumber, we've got 4 plants here. I think that's more of the lacy. And then in this row, half of it is the zinnias, the purple or the violet queen, and butterfly weed. Nothing came up in these. However, we do have 1 squash plant. And then, under this grow light, we've got more hollyhocks. I'm going to be giving these to some friends, sharing them. If you guys remember the hardy hibiscus that we've took seeds from, we harvested from our own plants last fall. We've got 2 started. So I just wanted to experiment and see if they would be able to come up, and they have. Hardy hibiscus, the pink. Now, Molen. This is what I'm not sure if it's legal or illegal, but I did go to our local park, and I took some seeds, a seed head of the Molen. It's kind of a sagey green plant. It gets real tall. It's got yellow flowers on it. So I was just seeing if it would come up, and I see a bunch of tiny little green things. So hopefully there's something there. And then in here, which as you can see, I've used bottles. I've saved them and cut them. These are just water bottles. And that's what I'm using this year instead of buying the little trays or the peat moss things. But I've got, what do I have in here? I think I've got zinnias in here. Alright guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and there will be more parts to our spring garden tour. Thank you guys for watching. Everybody be safe out there, and happy gardening.